Hi there, I'm Dr. Rolanda Fabian, wife, mom, educator, veteran, wellness enthusiast, and I'm also the proud founder of Bright Idea Consulting. I'm passionate about helping you thrive, prioritizing your well being, achieving your breakthroughs, and unlocking your personal potential. Here, we dive into practical tips, inspiring conversations, and transformative strategies to help you navigate life's challenges with confidence and grace. Whether you're looking to strengthen your relationships, practice better self care, or find balance amidst the chaos, you are in the right place. So if you're ready to grow and create the life you always dreamed about, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Now let's dive into today's episode and start building your brighter tomorrow today.
Hey, I just wanted to start out by saying there's a version of you. There's a version of you that walks into every room. This version of you has her shoulders back. She has a smile on her face. She's ready. And she answers all the questions because why? She is prepared, honey. She's that one on your team that everybody relies on. She's the one that your family always calls. And the one when somebody asks how you doing, she says, "Oh, good. Busy, but good." And in the moment, you genuinely mean it, mostly. And then there's a version of you that sits in your car for an extra 5 to 10 minutes before going inside, before going into the house. Why? You're just sitting. You're sitting with the engine off. You got your phone down. You're not crying. Mm-mm. You're really just thinking, just pausing. And I want to talk to that woman today. I am Dr. Rolanda, and this is Dr. Rolanda's Bright Ideas. This show is for the woman who's done everything right, everything, and is quietly wondering why doing everything right somehow feels so wrong, feels super heavy. If you've ever been the strongest person in the room and wondered, I'm holding everybody else. Who's holding me? Or if you've been in the bathroom ready to cry, but you walked in, put on that fresh coat of lipstick, and then walked right back out like nothing ever happened. Or you looked in your calendar, you looked at your title, you look at your resume, you look at the ring you wear, you look at the car you drive, you look at the kids' report card and all of the things. And then you thought, this all looks good, but I'm tired. Then this show is for you. And I want to start by asking you something, giving you something to think about that you really already know, but you haven't let yourself say it or think it out loud. What is this performance costing me? Because the performance, and that's what it is costing you. Okay. And I'm not talking about the work, not the achievement, not the excellence. Those are things that are real and they're yours. And I'm not going to ask you to give them up. You've earned them. But the performance, that's a different story. That's the version of that you put on for everybody else, while actually your spirit, your body, your mind, and your emotions are depleted. They're running lower and lower and lower. And here's the thing that nobody tells high achieving women. High functioning is not the same as being well. You can be functional and still be depleted. You can be admired and still feel lonely at the same time. You can be successful and slowly disappearing at the same time. That is the cost of performing. And today we're going to start to call it by name so that we can address it, hopefully fix it. Here's the lie that you've been told, sometimes by other people, but mostly by yourself. If I just push through this season, I'll get rest when I get to the other side. If I just hit the next milestone, I'll feel different. If I just keep performing wellness, eventually I will become well. You know the saying, fake it till you make it. And I want to be very gentle when I say this, because I have lived inside that lie. So have most of the women that I've worked with. So has probably every woman watching this. But at the end of the day, it's still a lie. And there's no season on the other side of this one where you will magically have the time to take better care of yourself. There's no milestone that will retroactively make you feel rested. And performing wellness, drinking the green juice, working out on your Peloton or your fancy gym membership, taking the supplements you bought back in January, using the meditation app that you sometimes open, maybe opened once, maybe twice. Okay, I'll give it that. That's not the same as being well. Okay, it's not the same. And you and I both know that your meditation app probably is judging you right now. But that is another discussion for another time. We'll deal with that later. Let's stay focused. The lie. That lie that you're performing is keeping you in that steady state of performance. Here's the truth, the one that we're going to keep coming back to on this show because it's important for you to recognize this and admit it. Wellness is not a project that you can complete. It's a person that you become, and you can't become that version of you by performing harder. You become that version of you by stopping the performance long enough to actually hear that version of you speaking. So let's do this. Let's meet her. I work with women, and in the work that I do, I teach that you must attend to 4 pillars of your being: your spirit, your mind, your body, and your emotions. We call these the inner realms. And every high achieving woman that I have ever worked with, without exception, has been overdrawing on at least one of them to keep their performance going. Today, I'm going to challenge you. I want to talk about specifically the spirit realm because it's the one that gets neglected first and noticed last, usually. Okay? So now, when I say spirit, I want to make a distinction because this matters. I'm not talking about your soul. Your spirit and your soul are not the same thing. Your soul is your individual identity, your psychology, it's your personality. It's the you that has preferences and memories and stories. But your spirit is something completely different. It's something else. Your spirit is the force that keeps you going. It's the animating force within you, the power, that part of you that is connected to something bigger, something larger, something infinitely more important. Some people will call it a divine spark, and some people call it a presence. Some people say it's that still small voice that knew you shouldn't have taken that job or stayed in that relationship, or said yes to that thing, your spirit is that part of you that knows before the data, before the pros and cons list, before the spreadsheets, um, before all the things. Your spirit always was and always will be. And the cost of the performance is you stop listening to your spirit. And I don't think it's done on purpose. Okay? You don't wake up one day and you decide that you're just going to abandon your spirit. It doesn't happen like that. It happens slowly. It's a meeting where you ignored the feeling that you had on your chest. You just didn't say anything. A relationship where you talked yourself out of all the red flags and warnings. It's a yes when every single part of your being said, say no to this one. And each of those moments was a small withdrawal from your spirit. And after enough withdrawals, your spirit is going to go quiet. It's not gone, but it's quiet and it's waiting. What is it waiting on? It's waiting for you to acknowledge it. I'll tell you a quick story, and I'll keep it brief because this episode is not about me. However,
Hey there, sorry to interrupt, but I just want to know if you're enjoying the show so far. If you are, this is the perfect time to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications. By subscribing, you'll never miss out on the practical tips and inspiring conversations and our proven strategies where we're showing you how to prioritize yourself, strengthen your relationships, and thrive in every area of your life. Did you know that most of our listeners say these episodes have given them the clarity and tools that they needed to start making real changes? So don't miss out. Subscribe now and stay connected to the community that's all about helping you grow and glow. All right, now let's get back to the show.
there was a season in my life where I had every external marker of success, right? Credentials, 5 degrees, years of experience on my job. I had the title, assistant director, blah, 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 blah. I had the income. I had the brand. But I sat in my car one afternoon and I was in a parking lot and I realized I couldn't remember the last time that I had actually asked myself what I wanted for myself, not what would advance my career or my business, not what would make me look good, not what would make me proud in everybody else's eyes. Um, I asked myself what I wanted as a woman, what I wanted in that moment. And I didn't even have an answer. That is how far I had traveled away from my own spirit. And I'll tell you that because my story is like so many others. It's not the point. I tell you that because I know that you have had that parking lot moment. Maybe it was in your driveway, or maybe it was at your hotel on your work trip. Maybe it was the moment that you put all the kids to bed and the house got quiet and you didn't even know what to do with yourself. That's the moment. And that moment is not a problem. Let me be clear about that. That moment is your spirit asking you to have a meeting. And I know you're busy. I know you're busy and I know your calendar is full, but I promise you, that moment, your spirit will keep showing up. That parking lot moment will keep showing up until you have that meeting. So stop putting it off. Have the meeting. Here's what I want to leave you with today. Before I tell you what it is, let me make one more point about performance. A performance is not a problem. It's not a problem because it's a bad thing. The performance is a problem because it becomes loud, too loud, right? It becomes so loud that you can't hear your spirit. And when you can't hear your spirit, wellness, I mean real wellness, the kind that I call WELLth, WELLth, it only starts when you turn down the volume of your performance long enough to hear what the spirit has been trying to tell you. That is not a soft thing. That is not a whisper. Doing that is the most strategic thing that a high achieving woman can do, because every decision you make, I'm talking about every decision that you make from a place of depletion, hear me, that's a decision you will have to make again later. You'll have to remake that decision later. And you already know this. I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. I'm just saying it out loud so you can stop pretending that you don't know it, that you don't hear it, and pretending. Just stop pretending. Stop performing. Here's your homework. It's small, like I said, because I know you're busy. Sometime this week, what I want you to do, when you find yourself in your version of the parking lot moment, the quiet moment when the kids are down, or the quiet moment where it's just you, instead of picking up your phone or turning on Netflix or something like that, just ask yourself a question. What have I been ignoring? And don't try to fix it in that moment. Don't even journal about it. Don't make a plan. I know, you know how we are. Just ask the question and then listen. 10 seconds. That's it. That's the whole assignment. Because before you can rebuild the 4 realms, you have to remember your spirit. Remember who she is. Remember you're her. Okay? If anything that I said to you today has made you feel a little more seen, maybe even a little too seen, then you're exactly the woman that I made this next thing for. I run a 1-hour masterclass and a 3-day challenge every month. There, I take everything that I just touched on, all 4 realms, the cost of performing, what it actually looks like when you come home to yourself. And what we do is we go deeper than what I can do in like 15 minutes on a show. These trainings are live. I teach from a place of experience, but also a place of love and honesty. And they're absolutely going to be transformational. Therefore, the woman who's ready to stop performing wellness and start living it. The links to the masterclass and the challenge are in the description. If your spirit felt pricked or nudged while you were watching this, that is not a coincidence. That is the meeting I was telling you about. You're being called to a meeting. You are not behind. You are not broken. And you are not too much. You're not being too much. That's something I hear a lot. You're just being too much. You're not being too much. You are a woman who has been performing for so long that you forgot that we are allowed to just be. So, welcome home. I want to thank you for joining me today. I want you to also hit that notification bell before you go so that you'll be the first to know whenever I upload new shows. Meanwhile, take care of yourself. Prioritize yourself, okay? I will see you in the next episode.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the show and found something inspiring to take with you on your wellness journey.
If you're ready to dive deeper and kickstart your journey into well-being, access all of our tools on our link tree at linktr.ee/BrightIdeaCo. Take our free wealth assessment to get started on the right path, and don't forget to check out our store at brightideaco.store, where you'll find a curated list of our tools and resources to support your personal growth in your journey. You'll find these links in the description and in the show notes. Before you go, be sure to hit subscribe and also tap the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we release new episodes. Well, I can hardly wait to see you next time. Meanwhile, take care of yourself and keep shining bright.